the Seattle Seahawks. We have to talk about the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks came into Monday Night Football game undefeated. They were undefeated and looked like a very dominant team. I actually had them up, I think, to number 7 in my NFL Week 3 power rankings going into Week 4. But last night, they kind of just got dominated on the defensive side of the ball. The Detroit Lions offense could not be stopped one bit. So, guys, is it an overreaction or an underreaction that the Seattle Seahawks just were never that good? They were fool's gold for us. The 3-0 was a hoax, was a facade. Guys, when we look at the Seattle Seahawks going into Monday night's football game, now past Monday night football game, they had the 5th ranked offense in the NFL. 5th. They are they are averaging 382 yards per game, 25.5 points per game. They have 280 yards passing, 106 yards on the ground. By the way, Kenneth Walker III, this is his first game back, so that's going to probably keep going up and up and up. They do have the ranked 8th defense, giving up just 283 yards per game, 21.3 points per game. Last night, obviously, inflated that quite a bit. And then they have beaten the Broncos, which arguably now that's a good win. The Patriots, meh. Dolphins, meh. So, guys, is it an overreaction or underreaction that the Seahawks were just never very good? And, guys, I don't think it's not an overreaction. I don't think that the Seahawks were really very good. Now, the Seahawks were 3-0, yes, but they did beat the Broncos. Now, hindsight now, Broncos not a bad loss. But week number 1, rookie quarterback, and you guys barely squeaked by. I believe it was 23-20 was that final score. You did beat the Patriots. I believe that was 24-20 score. You did dominate a Miami Dolphins team that was out there starting quarterback, and then Skylar Thomas went down, second quarter, insert somebody, I don't even know who played. The Miami Dolphins are a sinking ship right now. So those wins just were not very good. Last night, their eighth ranked defense gave up over 300 yards passing. 292 yards to Jared Goff, and another 8 to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 118 yards rushing as well. If I'm a Seahawks fan, I am worried. You still got to play the 49ers twice. Still got to play the Rams twice. Yes, they're both injured, but they're going to get healthy. They're going to get better. Still got to play the Buffalo Bills, Packers, and Vikings. All very, very good teams. So, guys, is it an overreaction or underreaction that the Seahawks just are not very good? Not very good. Got to welcome Mike in the chat. It says, let's go Lions. What up, though, from Detroit? What up, Mike? What up, Mike? What up, Nike? David Nasser says probably the only teams that could beat the Chiefs. I thinks he's referring to the Lions. And WB Ant says it's time for Seattle to draft a quarterback. The Geno hype is up. Now, I concur with that to a degree, right? Obviously, Geno Smith played out of his mind last season. He did. But did you know right now Geno Smith is leading the league in passing? Yes, Mr. Geno Smith from Seattle, Washington for the Seahawks is leading the league in passing. What?
I love Spider-Man.
You love Spider-Man. Got it. He has 1,182 yards this season. That's first for the NFL. 64 QBR. That's 10th in the NFL. And when you look at it, the Denver Broncos, top 10 defense, I think they're ranked 3rd. Right? The Patriots defense, not so well. The Miami Dolphins, despite how bad their defense has been playing, still a top 10 defense. The Detroit Lions defense, another choice, but I think you're right, Ant. I think you're right. I think the hype for Geno Smith is gone. I mean, he's 33 years old. He is getting a little long in the tooth, and maybe it is time to look at the successor, right? Tom McDonald is doing a good thing in Seattle. No, not Tom McDonald. It's Mike McDonald, right? Tom McDonald is the rapper from Canada. Check him out if you haven't. But yeah, maybe it is time to draft a quarterback. James Frank says they are good. Lions are just better. They'll rebound. When you look at the Seahawks, I mean, yeah, I do think they are a good team, but I think it is time to panic a little bit because they play the Giants next, but then they play the Falcons, the 49ers, the Buffalo Bills, the Rams, the 49ers again, Arizona, and the Jets. They could easily go on a 4 or 5 game skid. Easy. And I wouldn't want that. And if I'm the Seahawks, I don't want to play the 49ers on primetime TV, week 6, October 10th. I don't. WBN says the Bengals are 4-2 against them or something like that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Arthur Brown says, I'm ready for next season to come. Welcome as being a Miami Dolphins fan there, Arthur. James Frank says, Spider-Man is the GOAT. Yeah, River is actually just got his Spider-Man costume on right now. It is what it is. Mike says he's going to go drive. He was going drive for drive with Goff last night in the third quarter. He was. And to be honest, the Seahawks, I believe it was 35-29, and it was 4th and 3, 4th and 4, and they run a pick play, which every team in the NFL runs. Tyler Lockett runs it to perfection, pins up 2 defenders wide open. I believe it was Kenneth Walker the third was wide open. Caught it, offensive pass interference. If that offensive pass interference call wasn't called against Tyler Lockett, we might be having a different story here. This could be totally wrapped around. We could be thinking, hey, the Seattle Seahawks are the kings of the NFC. And are the Lions really that good? But we are prisoners of the moment, right? And right now, I don't think it's an overreaction that the Seahawks are that good. Arthur Brown says it's only week 5. Or James, Mike says, I don't see Seattle parting ways with him just yet. Listen, Geno Smith just signed, I think it was a 2-year deal this offseason, maybe 3-year deal. Wasn't some mega massive signing. It was kind of just under the radar. Like, hey, Geno, we like what you did last season. Here's $30 million. Lead us to the playoffs. The point is, Geno Smith has gotten a bad rap, right? If you look at his previous 7 years in the NFL, what has he done? Shit. Geno Smith the last few years has been playing out of his mind. Mike says the Tigers are up 1-0 versus the Astros. Who cares about the Detroit Lions or the Detroit Tigers? Royals play at 4:00. That's the only time. That's the only game that matters. And then Jim says week 5 is way too early to call this race. But guys, is it overreaction or underreaction that the Seahawks are overrated? Next up here on this